Welcome to the Playhouse Report. The secret word is nostalgia. That's right, Conky. And when you hear that secret word, you know what to do. But seriously, if you grew up with Pee-wee, this will be your golden ticket back to the Playhouse where it all began. Guys, the Pee Wee Herman Show is a stage show developed by Paul Reubens in 1980, becoming the first significant appearance of Reubens' fictional comic character, Mr. Pee Wee Herman. Now, the Pee Wee Herman Show was developed when Paul Reubens was one of 22 finalists to be chosen as a regular on Saturday Night Live, which was the infamous first season of an all-new cast, and one of 5 seasons without the show's creator, Lorne Michaels, as a producer. Now, Reubens thought his career was over when Gilbert Gottfried was chosen over him. And according to Reubens, he was about to return home when he came up with the idea of a stage show featuring his character he had premiered back in 1977. That year, the character had made its first appearance to a national, but mostly adult, audience when he made a cameo in Cheech and Chong's next movie. Now, his scenes involve him as Pee-wee, causing chaos in a government office, and later performing a chaotic, aggressive stand-up comedy routine at an open mic. This was a key moment in the character's development as it introduced the adult version of Pee-wee to a wider film audience. Now, with just $3,000, most of which had been wired to him from his parents, and help from 60 people working for him, including 3 fellow groundlings, Phil Hartman, John Paragon, and writer and director Bill Steinkellner, Reubens got to work on creating his show. He collaborated with fellow artists, including set designer Gary Panter, who notably used a limited budget by diluting paints to cover the elaborate, kitschy set. Now, the show premiered back in February of 1981 as a late-night midnight show at the Groundlings Theater in Los Angeles, quickly becoming a cult hit and moving to a larger venue, the Roxy Theater in West Hollywood, where it ran for an unprecedented 5 months. Now, during its run at the Roxy, the show was filmed by HBO and aired as a TV special, introducing the Pee Wee Herman character to a national audience and paving the way for his later success with the 1985 film Pee Wee's Big Adventure and the 1986 TV series Pee Wee's Playhouse. Well, by January of 2010, 29 years after its original Los Angeles debut, the Pee Wee Herman Show underwent its first revival. Now, initially scheduled to open at Broadway's Music Box Theater in November of 2009, the production was subsequently moved to Club Nokia, which today is now known as Club Novo, in downtown Los Angeles due to high demand and technical needs. Now, the production was explicitly staged to generate buzz and test the waters for a possible future Pee Wee's Playhouse feature film, which eventually led to the 2016 Netflix movie Pee Wee's Big Holiday. Now, the show was a hybrid, which meant that it merged the plot and edgy humor of the original 1981 stage show with the iconic characters and set design of the 1986 Pee Wee's Playhouse TV series. The script was updated by Reubens, Steinkellner, and Paragon to include modern pop culture references to things like the internet, iPads, and, well, abstinence rings, maintaining the show's signature adult meets child humor. Now, the revival featured Paul Reubens alongside several actors reprising their roles from both the original stage show and the TV series, alongside a new character known as Sergio the Handyman. Beloved puppets like Cherry, Terry the Pterodactyl, Conky the Robot, and Globy were also on stage, with Basil Twist handling all the onstage puppetry. Now, after the green light was given, the production transferred to Broadway's Stephen Sondheim Theater, opening in October of 2010 and running for a 69-day limited engagement. The 2010 Broadway transfer was a significant event that marked the character's official Broadway debut, reignited the nostalgia of a generation, and yes, brought Paul Reubens' beloved man-child back into the spotlight where it belonged. Now, the production was overwhelmingly geared towards the adults, mostly Gen X and millennials, who grew up with the character. The audience reaction was often described as rapturous, screaming with delight at the appearance of each character and at the famous catchphrases throughout the show. Now, unlike the TV show, the stage version retained the more subversive, adult-oriented humor of Rubin's original nightclub act, though often veiled in a playhouse silliness. Now, this included the use of a sly, self-referential joke about Pee-wee's past public controversy, and yes, you may have guessed it, his abstinence ring. Now, the Broadway run was a resounding success, demonstrating the enduring appeal of the character. Its final performance on January 2nd of 2011 was immediately followed by the taping of the entire show, which was later released as an HBO special entitled The Pee Wee Herman Show on Broadway, preserving the production for future posterity. Well, guys, this wraps up the edition of the Playhouse Report. If you've been on the fence, make your wish, put on your dancing shoes, and either rent or buy a copy of The Pee Wee Herman Show on Broadway. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Director Alex Timbers and Paul Reubens have created a perfect piece of nostalgia that works for the kids you were and, well, the adults you are today. It's funny, it's frantic, and it's genuinely heartfelt. It truly is the word of the day, fun.